Now the readings and prayers that you'll hear tonight are about the oneness of humankind, which we thought was a good topic since this is United Nations Interfaith Harmony Week.
Oh Lord, make us as waves of one sea and as the flowers that grow, united and agree through thy love, oh.
Agree and make the nations one, so that they may see each other as one family and the whole earth as one home. May they all live together in perfect harmony. O God, raise aloft the banner of the oneness of mankind. O God, establish the most great peace.
To bring together and unify all peoples, that all may receive a generous drink of this pure wine from this cup that is tempered at the camphor fountain.
From the sweet-scented streams of thine eternity, give me to drink, O my God, and of the fruits of the tree of thy being, enable me to taste, O my hope. From the crystal springs of thy love, suffer me to quaff, O my glory.
Soon will our handful of days, our vanishing life, be gone, and we shall pass empty-handed into the hollow that is dug for those who speak no more, speak no more. Soon will our handful of days, our vanishing life, be gone, and we shall pass empty-handed into the hollow that is dug for those who speak no more, speak no more.
O my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow the commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor, and grant them strength to serve thee.
آنچه سزاوار پروردگاری است شایان فرما و آنچه شایان آمرزگاری است ارزان کن توی بخشنده و دهنده و توانا.
Oh Lord, I am weak, strengthen me, through thy power and potency.
name is Loka Brenna, and like my ancestors before me, I practice Scandinavian paganism, which is a type of paganism that is familiar to the regions of Norway, Iceland, Sweden, Denmark. My ritual today started with a hospitality ritual, which is very, very important to Northern people. Hospitality is a big, big part of our path. And following that, I have performed a modern creation of a ritual called Disseblot, which has been practiced since prehistoric times by my people. So I've done that here today. We have representing Yggdrasil, the world tree. I have a very small plant started, even though it's very cold out. And here we have a figure which is actually from Norway. All of these are from Norway, actually. And it's from a burial of priestesses. And it's surrounded by amber. And amber is really significant to our people because the goddess Freya would cry tears of red gold, which are in fact amber. And I think it's really great that it's open to everybody. We've had people from all different faiths here today, and hopefully we've gotten to dispel a couple myths about who and what we are and what we do. And we're really looking forward to them participating in other people's religious practices and get a feel for our neighbors and their sacred spaces. I think it's really to bring an awareness about each other. It's to show that even though we have differences, we work much better together with the things that are the same about us than when we're separated by what makes us different. So it's a really good way to sort of see that we are all connected. We're all connected. We're all on this earth together. So good harvest, good people, peace. May the circle be open but unbroken. May a peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part.
Here is our altar that we set up for our Imbolc ritual to celebrate and to honor Bridget. Searching out for my path, I talk to multiple religions, everybody from Christians to Mormons, Bahá'í, Buddhists, and I think it's very important for us to understand each other because fear, I find, breeds fear, and ignorance breeds fear and hate, and a lot of people don't understand us. We just want to honor and worship the way we do, and we're completely open. We host public rituals, and public is completely welcome to come see us, to talk to us, and this has been a great opportunity. It's good to see a lot of people out here, and I plan to personally go see some of the other paths, the other religions throughout the rest of the week, and see how they celebrate. Different faiths, completely different faiths, can work together, and if people looked into it, a lot of us have the same ideals, some of the same morals, and if we would stop butting heads with each other and actually work together, I think a lot could be accomplished with all that.
I just find it has a way of integrating my life. The only way we're going to resolve the differences between people and countries is to sit down and talk with them and eat with them and share our similarities and try to understand our differences.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Gurjot Singh. I'm a dentistry student here at Dalhousie University in Halifax. And today I'm just going to talk a little bit about what a daily routine at Gurdwara is. So Gurdwara is a place of worship for Sikhs. And so pretty much what a daily routine is everyone walks in and bows in front of our Guru, which is Guru Granth Sahib. And Guru Granth Sahib is a compilation of all the different writings of all the teachings from all our gurus. And so you bow in front of it because it's in essence you're bowing because we consider it the King of Kings. And essentially you can also look at it this way, because when you bow in front of your guru, you're emptying your mind so it can be filled again with different things, different teachings. Because if your mind is already full, you can't really put anything in it. So bowing down is a sign that you're emptying your mind and you're coming to Gurdwara to learn. And the daily divan consists of singing the praises of the Guru. So it's done by various East Indian percussion instruments. So harmonium and tabla are the most common ones. And but a lot of string instruments are also used.
So as far as the feeling is concerned, the moment I start playing it, I try to meditate, I try to concentrate, I try to feel the God, I try to make everyone go through the same kind of a feeling, the one that I am in right now, so or at the time of playing. So it actually helps us in focusing more on God. As far as the harmonium is concerned, I started playing it since childhood times. My grandmom taught it to me, and she actually kind of initiated, and then my mom, Mrs. Sushil Ratra, she just went ahead and motivated me towards it. And this is actually a better way to get closer to God.
The message from the Sikhism is very clear and very universal. Is that God is a one, and all, doesn't matter which religion you belong to, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, whatever faith you belong. So message for Sikhism for all the humanity.
सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु सुध अगे अरदास हमारी जियो पिंड सब तेरा कहो नानक सब तेरी वडियाई कोई नाम न जाने मेरा तीने ताप निवारण हारा दुख हंता सुखरास तांको बिघन पव लागे जाकी प्रभ आगे अरदास.
No matter where we are, who we are, there is only one God,
and we are all supposed to live as brothers and sisters, and all the creation has emerged from one light, and we are all the children of the same God. There is only one Father, which is one God, which does not have a color, which does not have a caste, which does not belong to a special geographic region of this world. It encompasses everything that you see and that you do not see. That's the message of the Guru Granth Sahib: peace, harmony, oneness.
And the purpose of the Mount Spiritual Life Center and the Peace Room is to raise awareness, appreciation, and compassion for people from diverse backgrounds, paths, and beliefs. And also to create opportunities for people to come together, to learn about and get to know each other, like we're doing tonight and all week. So I received an email last October from Dr. Scott Daniel Dunbar of the Canadian Interfaith Research Centre. He said he was directing a new research project funded by the Government of Canada on the connections among Canadian interfaith, ecumenical, and multi-faith groups, and how strengthening that network could help build a safer and more resilient country.
My research and travels have convinced me that Canada has a wide and extensive network of interfaith, multi-faith, and ecumenical groups and organizations that are working, often independently, to promote religious diversity, harmony, and social well-being in Canadian society. And I call this Canada's interfaith reservoir. I use this term deliberately for many reasons. First of all, Canada is blessed with the majority of clean fresh water reserves in the world. So the image of an interfaith reservoir is both positive, nourishing, and makes sense to Canadians. Secondly, a reservoir suggests a pool of resources that can be accessed to promote individual and community well-being and growth. In the same way, Canada's interfaith movement and organizations provide a vast pool of interfaith knowledge and goodwill that can be harnessed for the benefit of Canadians by building stronger, more diverse and inclusive communities characterized by social cohesion and resilience. Across Canada, this reservoir of educated, caring, and compassionate people of goodwill and determination are actively engaged in pooling interfaith resources to create harmony, respect, and understanding. And I'm convinced that the way of the future for interfaith relations in Canada is through protecting, strengthening, and recognizing Canada's interfaith reservoir and mapping its contours to build stronger connections and networks. In this way, the diverse religions of Canada can share their waters of spiritual understanding to nourish Canadian society. And in this way, the interfaith movement can have a ripple effect that extends outward to other communities around the world. In my opinion, the metaphor of an interfaith reservoir is profoundly instructive and meaningful for an interfaith future, a vibrant and bright interfaith future, because it also reminds us never to take the waters of spiritual understanding for granted. We must remember that actual reservoirs of water are not self-contained. They exist in a larger environment and interact with that environment. They must be protected from pollution and contamination that can damage their nourishing properties. In the same way, Canada's own interfaith reservoir of goodwill and understanding needs to be protected and cultivated, for it is not guaranteed. Outside factors such as world events or biased negative media reporting about religion can adversely damage interfaith relations in Canada. So tending to the reservoir is a prudent act to ensure its longevity and protection. Hence, the notion of an interfaith reservoir has a double meaning. It refers to both the immense resources for interfaith harmony that can be accessed and tapped to nourish social well-being, but it simultaneously reminds us that such a reservoir needs to be protected because it can become polluted and toxic to a society if mismanaged. Religious communities need to become active caretakers to ensure the responsible sustainability of the interfaith reservoir of goodwill. Otherwise, this reservoir can become polluted with anger, with hate, with revenge, alienation, and indifference, among other things, which undermine and damage interreligious understanding. Like the effect of pesticides entering the groundwater, we must be careful that religion is not polluted with hate and extremism, which are cancerous to love, compassion, and fellowship.
Harmony begins in something as simple as being with ourselves. Now, whether it's being with ourselves in the context of this meditative practice, or it's in the context of whatever is happening in our life, mundane, exciting, crazy-making, active, inactive, happy, sad, angry, relation, whatever it is, the meditation practice focuses that on the simplest elemental aspect. It's like, it's too complicated to play a symphony of life. Let's just do metronome. The proposition that I want to share is that health begins at home, in the relationship of mind and body and being in our lives. But the alternative of being, of connecting, of being open to what is actually going on, it never turns out to be deficient. It's enough. It's not glorious, it's enough. This is what we call basically good in the language of our tradition. Basically good means if you're present in experience as it is, it's basically good. Even the sucky stuff is basically good. Even the problem stuff is basically good. It's basically workable. That is the essence of this kind of approach. And I'd like to think in this crazy world of ours, where we see so much stress and so much argument and so much violence and all the things we know about that are so incredibly distressing, that a lot of that is that we've lost sight of the connection with basic heart, basic being. And it's like a whole world filled of hard eggs, trying to figure out like, who's the hardest egg of all. I know many people in many faith traditions, and what I always experience is that common presence of being in touch with basic heart of humanity, basic goodness. And in that sense, what I'm hoping is the outcome from our various traditions, spending more time with each other, interrelating with each other, exploring each other's path of wisdom, that we'll discover that the difference is actually the commonality.
I'm Sylvia, and I come to the center because I like to experience a feeling of unity, a feeling of trying to connect, both in myself, my breath and my mind, to try to connect a bit better, and I also try to understand a bit more about the connectedness between individuals.
Tonight about sacred spaces and sacred places. Well, our sacred place is not a building, it's that lodge. Among other things, there are other ceremonies that we have, but they're what we experience. They're not a physical place, they're an experience. So I feel very awkward standing here and trying to say, well, here's what Sweat Lodge is. You go and you participate, and that's how you find out what it's about. But on the other hand, we have an overall perspective on spirituality that I think was expressed here tonight. Whenever we do a ceremony, even at the end of we say, which means all my relations, means we're all connected, we're all one. And to me, that's the essence of indigenous spirituality, is that we are one. We're one with the world, we're one with the earth, we're one with each other. And like people said here tonight, we're one with ourselves, within our heart. And to me, that's where the peace comes from, as was said again tonight. Everything that was said here expressed in its own way the indigenous spirituality. When I first walked in and the drum was going, the drum is called the heartbeat of the nation, because that's the first thing you hear in a mother is the heartbeat. And And that's what brings us all together as one. And I think that what we're talking about here today is how do we come together as one people, as one world.
So at this time in the world, the infusion of spiritual energy back into the soul and then out into the world is what will create the ripple effect for transformation. So the Brahma Kumaris are very dedicated to this. They've been at it for 78 some years now. And initially it was thought pretty weird. And even in India to this day, I mean, only I would say in the last couple of years, since Shivani has come on the worldwide, global TV networks, I think the Brahma Kumaris in India were thought of a kind of like a housewife's organization, a place where women could go because there were so many women involved. But very quickly it's being seen as quite a reputable organization, as much more than just that. I know the city of Bombay gave their municipal hospital to the Brahma Kumaris to run because they trusted the integrity of the organization. And more organizations are being handed over to the Brahma Kumaris to run administratively because of the purity. So everything that this organization does, it does for free. It never fundraises, it never speaks of money, because it's understood that it's your original nature to be peaceful. 8,500 centers in 130 countries. The majority of the centers are in India. Probably about 6,000 are in India. I mean, in India it's almost every kilometer. There is no Hindu religion, actually, is there? When the foreigners came to India and they met the people who lived in the Indus Valley, they called them Indus. And they became the people of Industan, and then they became Hindus. And it became more, it's like saying your religion is Europe. It's kind of like that. So there is no founder to Hinduism. It's the only major world religion that has no founder, because it's just a way of life. And actually, it's the original eternal deity religion. So Hinduism is just the way of life, the celebrations, the ceremonies, the rituals, the beliefs, the understandings that have carried on after a time where there were deities. Most of the world's religions tell us a lot about God, or they tell us about the prophet or founder of the religion, as in Christ or the Buddha, but they don't necessarily teach us how to connect to God. Because the Buddha didn't talk about God. He didn't say there wasn't one, but he said, pay attention to your karma. Pay attention to how you live here and now, because aside from worship, really your own actions are going to really determine where you go. So no matter how you get to that being, how you get to your ultimate destination, ultimately there's only one, and we all share the same one. And so who could teach us how to connect but that one? And so then now is the time where we really want to reboot the soul. We want to hit the restart button. We want to come back to what's core and original underneath the layers of conditioned responses, layers of memories. We want to come back to ourselves.
Eli, Eli, Shelo Yigmar Le'olam, Hakol V'chayam, Rishru Shel Hamayim, Berach HaShamayim, Berach HaShamayim, Tfilat Hadam. My God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of